Hey everyone, today we're just going to do a quick tutorial on the hard 5K follow limit imposed by Twitter. What that is as you're following along and growing your account, once you start getting close to 5,000, if the number of people you are following exceeds the number of people who are following you, then you're going to stop at 5,000. 5001 to be exact, and you'll be unable to follow any more until you unfollow some of the people who are not following you back. All in all, I hear people say, yeah, the number of followers is not important, and that's true. It's really about the quality of followers, and I am blessed in that I have some really good followers. However, this is not about that. It's not a vanity point. It's a technical issue. It is a limit imposed by Twitter to ensure that people are producing quality content. Their philosophy is, if you're following a bunch of people and no one is following you back, then your content is not worthy of their platform. I disagree with that particular approach. There's another reason they say this. Sometimes marketing accounts will go through and mass follow a bunch of people. Some of them will follow them back, and then they will go through and unfollow everybody and keep doing that. It's called follower churn, and that's actually a violation of the terms of service. Twitter does this to ensure quality to their advertisers, who are responsible for over 80% of the income for Twitter. So you know they want to keep them happy. So let's say that you're following 5,000 people and you only have 3,000 people following you back. You're stuck, you've hit the wall, you can't follow anybody back. People tend to unfollow you if you don't follow them back. You can see, looking at my numbers, I tend to follow everybody back. The exceptions being locked accounts or obvious marketing accounts. I just don't see a reason to follow them back necessarily. But anybody who follows me generally has earned the respect of me following them back, and I do my absolute best to do so in a timely fashion. Okay, so let's say you followed 5,000 people and only 3,000 are following you back. Not a big deal, not a problem. What you do is you unfollow the 2,000 who are not following you. It's not a personal issue. It's just a practical matter to get around the technical issue imposed by Twitter. So you can click on, you see right here where it says 7,819 following. That's how many people I am following. I can click on that and it shows a list of everybody that I'm following, and it shows right here whether or not they are following me. Follows you, follows you, follows you, and you can scroll down, and anybody who is not following you, you can just hover over that and unfollow. This is laborious, it's time consuming, it's mind numbing, and I would rather set a live earwig loose in my ear canal than to go through that process. So what is an alternative? Well, one of the things I typically recommend to people is a third-party program called Unfollowspy. First question everybody's going to ask, is it safe? Honestly, I don't know. I've been using it for 2 years. I've never had an issue. Anytime you grant access to your account to any app, you're potentially putting yourself at the mercy of others. Unfollowspy, so far, like I said, I've not heard anything bad about it, and I've not experienced anything bad about it. As you know, I do most of these tutorials in my browser on a Windows-based PC. I don't tend to use the app for Twitter on my phone. When I do Twitter on my phone, I use the browser, just a personal preference. So, how do I use Unfollowspy? The first thing you want to do is, once you're logged into your Twitter account, you go to a new browser tab and you just search Unfollowspy, one word, and hit enter. And the first thing that comes up is a link to the unfollowspy.com website. You click on that and it pulls up their main page, and it gives you two options. You can sign in with SoundCloud, which I know nothing about, never have. I used that. I don't even have a SoundCloud account. Or you can sign in with Twitter, and what that means is, since you're already signed into Twitter over here in this tab, you click on that button and it will recognize that you are logged into Twitter. It may ask for permission to authorize this app, and you grant it. Once you're in here, it tells you how many new followers you have, how many unfollowers you have, how many people are not following you, and how many people you are not following. The main thing we want to cover for today's discussion is, if you click on Manage Users over here in the menu to the left, does not follow back. And as you can see, I've got 59 of them. That's fine. These are people that I've just followed in the course of going through my notifications because I liked them or for whatever reason. And you just start at the top. Sometimes you can click on the name and it will bring up an additional tab so you can see if this person has been suspended. I don't like to unfollow people who have been temporarily suspended because they will eventually come back, and I want to still be following them when they do. So I will just unfollow, boom, and it'll say it's unfollowing that person, and it'll bring the next one up. And you can just go through here. Unfollowspy allows you to unfollow 100 people per day for free. There is a paid service where you can just go through, and if you say you're off by a couple of thousand, you're following 5,000 people and only 3,000 people are following you, you can go through there under the paid service and unfollow them all in one day. I am cheap and lazy, so I don't do that. I just use the free service, and I can unfollow up to 100 a day. After the initial push to get your account balanced out, it's just something you can maintain. You can revoke the access to this app at any time through your Twitter settings, and they will no longer have access to your account. You can add them back later if you want to do some more housekeeping. It's just a really, really good free solution to keep yourself balanced so that you can continue gaining followers at a decent pace. It's very frustrating to get stuck at 5,001 and not be able to follow anyone else, and as a result, no one else is following you. I hope that answered your questions. If you have any more questions, please leave them in the replies below. I would appreciate a like if you can feel it in your heart to give me one. Also, a subscribe to my channel would be awesome, because once I hit a certain number, it will allow me more flexibility in how I present my channel. So, thank you again for watching, and have a great day.